Nairobi is burning down.
This is how President William Ruto completely neutralized the Gen Z movement.
That criminals pretending to be peaceful protesters can rain terror against the people.
It was the closest Kenya has come to a digital revolution turned real in the 21st century. June 25th, 2024 will forever be remembered as the day Gen Zs almost knocked on the doors of State House with a vengeance. On that chaotic Tuesday, Kenya's youth, armed with nothing but smartphones, fury and hashtags, brought the country to its knees. Parliament was overrun. MPs fled like startled pigeons. The judiciary trembled. And for a fleeting, fiery moment, State House felt like it was just one angry tweet away from being occupied.
Now it's pink and a person is dead. We'll find that guy, Ruto banatoka enda kimbia, run bro.
But while the world watched Nairobi burn with youthful fury, President William Ruto and his security masterminds were quietly playing a digital chess game that flipped the board right under the protesters' feet.
It's possible that the criminals who rained terror on innocent people and attempted to challenge our law enforcement deployments are still determined to continue with their dangerous behavior.
How did President Ruto survive that day? Now, thanks to a fiery Twitter expose nearly a year later, we finally have the answer. It was a drama that blended digital warfare, covert OPS, blood money, betrayal, and enough influencer scandals to make a Netflix documentary.
You are safer staying in parliament and then waking up going for breakfast at State House. That's what you were supposed to do.
By late June 2024, Kenya's youth, better known as Gen Zs, had transformed TikTok dancers into full-blown revolutionaries. Their demand was simple: Ruto must go. Their fury, fueled by a tone-deaf finance bill, forced through parliament despite overwhelming public rejection.
Senator Gloria, you are lying to people. Hizo pan companies aziko. You listen me and you wananyesha waonyeshi.
The truth of the matter is, the finance bill had become the spark in a political tinderbox, and the nation rejected it. Parliament rubber-stamped it, and Gen Zs, they went full-blown Wakanda forever, storming the streets, overrunning the police, breaching parliament, and making the judiciary sweat bullets.
You can see they are approaching parliament. Ndio wa youth wamekimbilia parliament. Check it, opponent. Ndio. Parliament iko ile side. You can see the youth are here, going to parliament now. It's getting serious out here, man. Very serious. Check if you're nakimbia MPs.
Wakati wengine wanakula tear gas. Naona vile wanaenda na mbio wanatoroka kamera.
MPs wanakimbia kamera huko.
Wanatoroka kamera kwa mpitisha.
Hao ndo wanatafutwa hao. Rokoyo kuingia.
Mnatetea, mnatupiga. Mtapelekwa Haiti. Mkakula risasi, mkapigana na watu wako na bunduki. Mkapigana na watu wako na tupu. Waoga nyinyi, mwende Haiti mpigana na watu wako na bunduki. Waoga nyinyi. Kwendeni huko. Watu wanakula kuku huku tukipata mnakuja kutupiga washenzi.
This is the situation outside parliament right now.
The youths didn't just want answers, they wanted President Ruto out. Period. MPs fled in chaos, protesters waved flags on their hallowed chambers. Outside, it got bloodier. Lives were lost, bodies dropped, the air was thick with tear gas, rage and purpose. The next stop, State House, and Gen Z's meant business.
To exercise our rights, and we are also fighting for the police. I don't get it, you know? I don't get it. I'm out here looking crazy, but I'm fighting for my right because I know there are people like in the village who won't be able to afford the kind of stuff they're having.
When
the
we
lands
started
are
the revolution, this
crazy,
guy's
man.
hair was blonde. Now it's pink, and a person is dead. We'll fight
See
that
this?
guy, Ruto.
See this?
Ruto banatoka
That guy's
enda
blood.
kimbia, run,
That
bro.
blood. This is my friend's blood. They killed him. They killed him.
What can you tell maybe the Gen Z's outside there?
Just be careful and do not give up, bro. We are out here until they have to listen to us, bro. They have to listen to us. You know, if I die out here, I die knowing I was fighting for what's right, okay? And that's the point. And I'm excited that all of them came out here, bro. Let's get it.
And that's when the counterattack began. But just as the youth surged towards the heart of power, a strange shift occurred.
Army is here.
The digital battleground that had fueled the uprising, that is Twitter, suddenly went cold. The same influencers who had rallied the people were now preaching caution. Out of nowhere, tweets flooded in. State House is a protected area. And by the time we knew it, the internet was shut.
Criminals pretending to be peaceful protesters can rain terror against the people and expect to go scot-free.
Fast forward to March 29th, 2025, digital grenade launcher Cyprian Nyakundi logs on Twitter and decides it is time for a little cleansing. He posted what appears to be the missing puzzle piece, screenshots of high-profile Twitter influencers all posting identical pleas for protesters to avoid State House. And suddenly it clicks. These weren't organic appeals. This was a coordinated campaign, a narrative bought and paid for. And Nyakundi, he wasn't done. The way State House money was flying around in June last year felt a lot like 2015 when over $1 billion was blown defending Waiguru during the NYS scandal. But maximum pressure every day made her resign. I remember waking up every morning and coming with the hashtag. That was war. This State House thing isn't over. People must confess. You don't eat blood money where your brother died. Their blood will haunt you. You become worse than those who pulled the trigger. Speak now or carry that weight forever. Nyakundi alleged that State House had handed out billions to influencers to kill the Gen Z movement in its tracks. And suddenly receipts started flying. Screenshots emerged showing Kenya's top tweeters Kimuzi, Manoti, Shanki, Dagrata singing from the same mysterious hymn sheet. The recurring chorus, State House is a protected area. Was this by coincidence? Well, not likely. Accusations quickly turned into confession. Kimuzi, one of the named influencers, came out swinging, not with denial but a defense. Hata ukue brave aje, ukipata hizi utaingiza njeve. After directly threatening my sister na msee ako uku akanicall na new number, I had to go low for a whole week ile time nilichukua break. I couldn't post most of the stuff last year juu ya kutoa watu moral. Niko na so many DMs kama hizi, msitumike kukause distractions. My worst moments ni mahali msee alisimama na nduthi and stared for a whole 2 minutes hadi passerby akauliza, rada? My conscience will forever be clear. I will never take blood money. I won't convince anyone anymore, Kimuzi said. Others remained quiet, a few deflected, and a select few went straight to the archives to dig up Nyakundi's own skeletons. allegations of extortion, shady deals with Bidco, and prior attempts to cash in on controversy.
I usually judge events based on history and the probability of them repeating themselves again. Na kulingana na the recent events zimekuwa zikihappen ETL na hii historia ya Osama ya betrayal ya kulipwa. So sijui mbona we are entertaining people who've had a history of questionable characters, you know. Ndaongea straight to the point. Sijui kama Nyakundi naona uko hapo co-host. Nyakundi wewe ni extortionist. Nakumbuka there was someone here hapa hivi kwanza ameongelea story ya footballers. Nikasema ikaniuma, nikakumbuka hata mimi there was a time mimi na William Baka we were fighting for the rights of players hapo union ililipa Nyakundi akaanza kututrash. Nyakundi wewe ni extortionist. Wewe tuna welcome your efforts kwa hii movement. People like you should be welcomed. Yes, but you should not be given any self-importance. Wewe fanya kazi yako kwa sababu umeamua kufanya kazi yako because you're fighting because of what you believe. Si ati ni agenda, it's just facts. Maybe you mean well, but at this point you can't take chances. We already know from history what has happened na Osama. It will deflate movement. As much as ataki kuadmit, ilikuwa momentum kidogo, but the good thing about it is it told us there are Trojan horses, ama there will be more Trojan horses in future. Wenye saizi bado si Trojan horses. Kuna watu bado wakilipo watadu the same thing. So why not? Watu wamekuwa wakilipo kufanya vitu kama hizi before. Sisi tulikuwa nafuatia retro players, wewe ukalipwa. Ukaanza hiyo time hata hatuko Twitter. Tunaingia Twitter hivi unaingia mtu anafungulia Twitter na kuambia Nyakundi anasema hii nini. Hiyo tunajua tu ni union ilikulipa. Na after stories zilisha down, God will change.
But Nyakundi wasn't flinching. He dropped another bomb. Kenyans wanted to finish the assignment, but most of you were given chums to discourage people from going to the State House. Personally, I was offered 30 million to blame Rigiji and discourage people from going to State House, but I refused. The same night I posted that Hanifa and Cairo wamenunuliwa. I had been approached earlier. In fact, they sent around 4 people to me and I refused. Even the tweets Akina Hanifa posted, I had already seen them early. By the way, I don't regret refusing this money, Nyakundi said. And with that, Twitter developed into a digital war zone. Kenyans were now seeing how their once thundering protest movement had been systematically neutralized. It turns out President Ruto didn't need tanks or tear gas to survive the June 25th insurrection. He didn't even need the military. He just needed Twitter. With the right mix of cash, threats, and fear-induced silence, Kenya's digital elite, once the voices of revolution, became tools of damage control. The hashtags were hijacked, the outrage neutralized, the crowd disarmed. What we witnessed wasn't just the collapse of our protest, it was the weaponization of influence, a textbook case of narrative control in the age of virality. And now, nearly a year later, the truth is crawling out like old receipts at the bottom of a scandal drawer. The Gen Z movement didn't die. It was bought, threatened, and betrayed. And now in the chaotic court of Twitter, the people are demanding receipts.